Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and do an end of the market wrap video. Given that today there's a lot of kind of key things going on, we have some big headlines out there in the news, and we have some new developments in the charts that I really want to summarize how we ended the day. So guys, drop me a thumbs up if you're finding value in the content. Let's get into it. Triple Q, or we'll start off with SPY today because that's the one that really had the more of a development. SPY, you have a bear market right now. That bear market started back in January of 2022, and basically we had a downtrend to watch. All right, so I've got that circled. All three reactions. We had another one right there. Okay, recently we broke out, and we it was bullish at face value. The breakout, we back tested. And especially, let me zoom in and really show you guys kind of the mentality of the market. Okay, zooming in on kind of this breakout period on this daily chart. So we broke out here, right here. We back tested 1 day, 2 days, and you can see that the buyers did step in. All right, the buyers were there basically right here. They bought it, and the very next day they bought it up. So that looked pretty bullish at the time, And again, we rallied off of that support level. Rallied up into downtrend line resistance, which was up here. But here's the thing, all right? That was a bullish development that was directly sold into this week. And we ended the week pretty bearish. Definitely a very bad close in terms of where we closed out in price action. And we're back within the downtrend line, back within the downtrend. So as of right now, anybody who took this breakout at face value and said that's a breakout, I want to go long, they're underwater, okay? And it has basically, as of now, basically set up as a bull trap. This was trapping the bulls. And so as far as I can tell, we're likely going to continue lower. Likely the selling, I think the selling could get pretty impulsive. Okay, so at the end of the day, we closed back within the trend. That's a sell signal all day long right there. All right, you had a support level to watch. We were back testing it, and we broke down with a pretty impulsive breakdown and a sell signal. So we have a sell signal in the broad market. All right, if I go to the tech sector, triple Qs, again, we closed, really the close. This one, we've got a downtrend line. I've kind of got two, but basically you can see I've got the same kind of support levels marked out. And this was your downtrend in the bear market. We've broken out. We haven't really back tested that trend line yet. So I suspect next week we probably come in and back test that, dropping to about 290 or 279, 280 right in there before maybe getting a little bit of a bounce. All right, we closed below the 200-day. Today, the 200-day fell at 290.09. And we closed there at 288.55, so below the 200-day, and in general, just a pretty bearish close. Now, tech has a little bit of support below, but the S&P 500 is back down within that trend line, so that's pretty bearish. Next week, unless they can snap that thing right back up, back above the trend line, then yeah, it's not looking good. Let's look at the financials because they seem to be kind of at the heart of this latest catalyst in the sell-off. XLF support was really right here about 33.22. You can see we hit there, held support there, broke down and closing below that level. Really selling all the way down to this next level of support about 32.55. Now we did bounce off of that and we've held that so far. That's pretty decent support. You can see that goes all the way back here. You've got a lot of reactions. There's a gap down. There was resistance here, support, big level basically. There's some more reactions right through there. So that level is kind of the key level to watch, 32.55. If that goes, there's going to be some major problems in the market because you're taking out a big level in the XLF. Now the XLF is not weighted heavily in the S&P 500, not as much as tech, but from an economic standpoint, the financial sector does play a major part in the economy. So we'll likely see some actual real problems in the economy starting to show up if the financials continue to break down. Okay, let's take a look at gold. Nice strong day today in gold. You can see again, I've been talking about the bullish divergence that had been building. So there it is, bullish divergence. Kind of had an equal low right there, and you can see nice strong, pretty good strong day today, up 2% in gold bullion. Here's gold futures. Again, bullish divergence, made an equal low, held that low, and the RSI and the PPO have both turned up at this point. If I zoom in, here's the PPO. You can see we've turned up, had a bullish crossover. So that's confirmation of that divergence. And here's the RSI turning up. We have confirmation of the bullish divergence. We have price action really confirming that as well. So pretty bullish candle today. And yeah, I think there's some more upside here in gold. The miners just across the board, you can see over here on my right side of my screen, just across the board, they were bid up, pretty strongly. Strong moves in a lot of these miners. Not all of them, but for the most part, up pretty good. So I think this continues. Okay, this URI trade idea, just very strong sell signal today. So down 5%. And in general, we should see some more downside. There's a gap to fill right down here, about 398.61. So I think that's likely a near-term target, and then probably the final target, or at least, I don't know. I think we could easily get down here pretty quickly, and it's about 369 for a level where there's likely going to be a bounce. NVIDIA triggering a sell signal today with the daily close below the trend line support here. Negative divergence on the daily. So yeah, we're going to take that as a sell signal, especially with the conditions of the market and the broad market and how it closed. So there's your sell signal. I think there's more selling likely going to show up next week, probably Monday with a gap down. Okay, CAT. So CAT did close out the day pretty much right at support. We hit that second target right there at 225.94. That was kind of our next profit target. I closed out my short position on this one, although I could easily see Monday us gapping down to the 200-day right here and potentially a big move down on a gap down. Again, we're at support. It was a very profitable trade for me, so I think it made sense to take that profit. If you look at really the last 2 days, and I talked about, especially to the private member group, how I was re-entering my short just a couple of days ago, I said that. You can see that really in the last few days, we've taken out all the gains that happened right here. Okay, and really just today with the gap down, everybody that's right here for the last, pretty much all year, all 2023, they're all underwater now in this one with this one move, this one candle has pretty much put all these positions underwater. So yeah, we did hit support. I think there's a minor bounce here, but I could be wrong. We might just gap down. It made sense to take profit, lighten up on some of the positions that I had, especially going into the weekend. Joe. Okay, so coffee. This is Joe, the coffee ETN. It tracks the coffee futures essentially. Support is right about here, 49.50. You can see we kind of had some reactions there. Had held support right there. And we've been coming in. I was hoping to get it maybe right there at that 49.60 or so, somewhere in there. I think maybe one more move down and we'll grab that for a long trade. Okay, I like that as a long trade. We're just coming off a major divergent low on the daily chart right here. You can see that was a new low in price. Look at the momentum moving up, up, up. So divergent low on the daily chart indicates a trend reversal. We've pretty much seen that trend reversal, and I think it's by the dip in this thing at this point. So there's your dip right there. I'd be looking for 49.55, 49.60, somewhere right in there. We did get down to 50.16. I was looking for just a little bit more downside to maybe start buying into that thing. So that's what I'm looking for on that one. Here's the coffee futures. You can see the coffee futures have hit that support. There it is, resistance. And that's now support, and there we are. Nice clean tag. So I don't know, maybe we don't get that opportunity in Joe. Maybe we get a quick little shot at it on Monday with a gap down. I think that's kind of what I'm looking for, and looking for that next leg higher. So what we're looking for is, and I think what's out there in the market right now in the economy is you're seeing the actual problems of the Fed's aggressive rate hiking. actually start to bleed into the real economy with the collapse of the Silicon Valley Bank. It's pretty much due to the fact that interest rates rose so quickly. And so you're starting to see the impact of the Fed rate hikes bleed into the economy. This should start to really increase the selling, but also probably going to put the Fed, it depends on how bad things actually could get, but you're probably going to see the Fed start to back off and start to look and say, you know what, we overstepped, we went too far. They will back off. They will back away from their inflation fight. They've been talking the tough talk, but they've been doing that because there's been no real problems in the economy. We're seeing those real problems showing up now. Banks starting to collapse, and if it starts to get worse, the Fed will back away from that inflation fight and say something like, we need to make an adjustment. They'll say a mid period adjustment. We're still going to fight inflation, but we're going to drop rates a little bit as an adjustment. We saw this back a while ago when they said they were hiking rates, and I think they did the same thing. We'll likely see the exact same thing happen. And if that does take place, then gold should continue to run, commodities should continue to run, the inflation trade will continue to run, because unless the Fed can continue to talk the tough talk, but actually take action and raise rates, then inflation is going to continue to run. And that's kind of my general thesis. I think that the Fed is, they've been talking a tough talk while there's been no problems in the economy. We're starting to see problems now. You'll start to see the Fed back off. So that's it. That's why, as of right now, I think long gold and gold miners makes sense. Technically makes sense. Fundamentally, I think makes sense. Short growth stocks, short some of these banks and stuff. Short, multiple stocks I've been shorting, and I've been giving you guys those ideas for multiple weeks. So that's where I'm at, guys. Have a great weekend. I'll catch you on the live stream tomorrow.